Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review the zombie film Sick. Do you have what it takes to survive the night?
Brought to us by Midnight Releasing, directed by Ryan M. Andrews. This movie stars Robert Nolan, Richard Roy Sutton, Christina Aceto, and Debbie Rochon. This movie is set 2 years into the zombie apocalypse, and now everyone must fight zombies, find cures, and survive the outbreak. So what did we like?
I really liked how they used the budget. They did some really cool things. They decked out a truck in like barbed wire and like gates and stuff. They only had probably 3 or 4 different sets in the whole film, most of which the movie took place in one set, but it took place inside and outside of a house, which made it seem a lot bigger than it actually was, which was pretty cool.
One thing I noticed was how great the costume design was. Everyone had a really unique style, and you could tell everyone apart based on what they were wearing. And just the zombies, I thought they were really well done. I thought the makeup was great.
The white eyes with sunken in brow and the fucking bags under their eyes. They looked like fucking shit you want to run away from.
The makeup, the blood, the gore was really well presented. We don't really get to see a lot of on-screen zombie kills, but when we do see one, the impact is absolutely huge.
Part of the reason why these zombie kills made such an impact was because this was a slower paced zombie film than we're used to. This was more character driven than anything. And it's a nice, refreshing take on the zombie genre.
The way the zombies appeared is how I think it'll actually happen if zombies become a thing. I really enjoyed the way characters are introduced in this film. We got a wide variety of them at the very beginning, and then shit hits the fan and we're stuck with just the main cast. With that said, what were our dislikes?
Well, this focused a lot on characters. I feel a lot of them were unnecessarily dickheads. For example, we have Seth, who's one of our main characters, played by Richard Roy Sutton, who goes up to a chef and is just like, "You're a chef! You can't be in the field!" But he had no reason. He didn't know that guy, and he's just being a dickhead. And I think they were trying to play to the point that he was a psycho, but it didn't really come off that way.
Or Rye Barrett, cameo Rye Barrett comes in. "Listen here, you're a bitch."
And it's not that their acting was necessarily bad, it was that their characters were just dickheads. If you don't like any of the characters and they're all assholes, then who are you rooting for and why do you care if one of them or 2 of them survive?
What I suspected is they're trying to set the environment like everyone is really stressed because it is the zombie apocalypse. But it just came off that they're all assholes.
Now, we've seen a lot of these actors in other productions. In those films, their acting is phenomenal. Like, they're really good actors. I found in this film, majority of the characters, the way they delivered their lines, it was more robotic. There wasn't that emotion that I was expecting.
I didn't like how they built some characters up to be part of the main cast and then killed them off like immediately. There was a lot of game-changing moments in this movie that happened on a dime.
Yeah, it kind of just came to an end, and like people just kind of at the very end slowly died. Like I felt like the climax wasn't in the right spot. Now it's time for our final thoughts and ratings. I thought Sick was an interesting twist on your normal zombie movie. I really enjoyed that there was a lack of zombies, and that they used them as well as they could. Just like individually and more sneakily than usual. I also enjoyed the makeup and the costume design. I thought it fit really well with this movie, and for the budget they had, they did a really good job on it. I didn't kind of like how the characters grasped stress versus anger. The movie kind of fell apart at that point because everyone was just kind of mad and angry at each other, and it was kind of weird. But overall, I enjoyed the film. With all that said, I'm gonna have to give this movie 3 Dr. Debbie Rochons making a viral video out of 5.
I think Sick was pretty mediocre, to be honest. I think they had a cool concept, being that it was character driven, but the fact that the characters weren't developed well enough, or they met their demise too early, made the film a little less interesting. It was a fun enough watch, but I don't think I would recommend it, to be honest. There's not a lot of zombies if you're going into it thinking it's a cool zombie film, but for being a micro budget, it was pretty reasonable. So I'm gonna give this film 1.5 for the road out of 5.
The concept of this film was cool, and I liked how they presented the zombies on screen, and it gave me as an audience member more interaction with the film by wanting the cast members to be like, turn around, turn around. It was cool in that aspect, but there was such a lack of development in characters and the misdelivery of emotions that really took a lot out of this film. It's mediocre overall. So that being said, I'm gonna give it 2.5 proven you're not bit out of 5.
All right, look, it's not like I have a fucking bite on my taint or something, okay?
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your favorite low budget micro-budget zombie film. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything we're doing here on Bloodbath and beyond. And don't forget to watch the What Would You Do coming up Friday.